you're such a fitness guru, you're such a fitness legend yourself, and you've seen this in the industry for such a long time. What really, as fitness has changed from then and now?
I think it just seems that now everybody's into fitness. And I think a lot of that has to do with the pandemic. I think post the pandemic, everybody's realized that there is nothing more important than your health. And that's something that people want to invest time and money in now. People are reading a lot more thanks to social media. People are seeing a lot more, good and bad, because everyone claims to be a fitness guru now. But they're getting a lot more information. Because they're getting a lot more information and a lot of access to things, there's a lot more interest. So I think that's how it's changed over time. There are people who've always been into fitness from day one, people like me and many others from my fraternity who've always made it a part of their lives. But I think it's now reached out to every single person. It's not just about people who are in show business and doing it for a job because they have to look good. It's because the ultimate goal is to have a healthier, longer life. And I think that's what people are focusing on.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Fantastic. So I think the pandemic is what something's really hit hard, and people have realized the importance of their lives now.
Yes,
is what I take from there.
I think so, for sure. I think, the irony is that I was actually at my fittest during the first lockdown, because when I was home, I was dedicated to working out. Like, that was my hour of sanity, or my 2 hours of sanity in the day. Without fail, I would be working out online, looking at videos. I bought a trampoline. I was doing all kinds of things, because for me, that was keeping me mentally sane. It was keeping a rhythm. It was just keeping me in a routine. And then obviously we were all having to chip around the house and, do chores and all the rest of it as well. But I think that's when I was my fittest. And I know it was a really tough time for everybody, but it was a huge realization for everyone that, we spend on a lot of material things, but are we spending on ourselves?
On ourselves.
And that's important. Yeah.
So do you think that, physical fitness,
yes,
working out, was always there, and that's what you did? But during the pandemic, people were mentally relaxed, and that mental zone of mental fitness, actually there was no chaos, there was less chaos, so that also helped.
Actually, honestly, for me, the first lockdown was a lot of mental peace, actually, because I felt very blessed that I could be in, even though it was very stressful, but I was very grateful. I have a home, I have food, I have my mom, my dog, everything's slowing down. I can indulge in things, I can suddenly cook, I can watch this, it was all that. But the second lockdown took a huge toll on my mental health. There was a lot of people that I knew that were passing away. There was a lot of tragedies, a lot of trauma. And for the first time in my life, I got a mental health coach. Because I needed, in the second lockdown. Yeah, it's the first time that I ever got a mental health coach in my life. Not a therapist, but a mental health coach to allow me to get some practices that would help me with my mind.
Compose yourself.
That'll compose myself. So breathing techniques, learning how to switch negative thoughts, learning to focus on the positive, learning to deal with any negative thoughts that were coming. It was really important to me because I'd never done that. And I think it's very important that we train our body, but we do not train our mind. And our mind also needs tools with how to deal with good times, with how to deal with bad times, with how not to let it linger on those negative thoughts. You need tools. You're not born with it.
Yeah.
Just how we look at videos or how we approach trainers to help us with our training. Absolutely. And we go to a gym and we ask questions. Similarly, we need that for our mind. And that's what I learned in the lockdown. That's what happened to me. That was a huge switch for me. I'm not someone who naturally leans towards meditation. Yeah. My mind, I'm an overthinker. My mind is in 20 directions. I have so much work going on that for me to just be able to switch off and meditate is very difficult. But those breathing patterns helped me, which was things I could do for even a few minutes. Those little tools that I was taught, they really helped me. So that's what that did for me, I think.
Very interesting.
So what's your idea about community? Like, now everybody is in the social media era. It's fading though. So what's your idea of community, or what's your idea about people coming together? And do you do that often, and does that help you in a way?
So, when I'm in India, I tend to do more private training, and I train with Yasmin Karachiwala. But there is a Pilates community, and I'm very much into Pilates. And there is a fitness community. And now that I have my own TV show, Famously Fit with Sophie, on Amazon, I'm seeing it's a growing community because everyone's reaching out.
Right.
Everyone's like talking about fitness. Everybody wants to know about fitness. But when I go abroad, especially to London, which is where I'm born and brought up, I love doing group classes. I do a lot of group Pilates classes. I really enjoy them because you're meeting all kinds of different people, but it's not that you're engaging all the time. You're all there for your own goals, but you're kind of inspired by everyone who's around you. And I think that's a really interesting community to build. I like that. Of course, I dance a lot. And through dancing, there's always a community. I salsa'd a lot. That's reduced now, but I used to salsa a lot. Salsa is a huge community. And dance in itself is a workout.
Absolutely.
So we would be going for socials and meeting people and just dancing with your hearts open. And I think that was actually probably my favorite time of the week when I would do that, going for bachata or salsa, because you're just dancing with an open mind, you're engaging with people who are connected by the same rhythm, by the same music, by the same talent, and that was really fun for me. Yeah.
Wow. So you're having fun, enjoying yourself
Yes.
with your like-minded people.
Yes.
And still doing your workouts and working it on your health.
I think that's what it is. I think that, when fitness is a chore, you won't stick to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Perfect.
think it has to be a lifestyle. And I think I always tell everybody what I like, you may not. People love yoga. I don't like yoga. It doesn't work for me. I've not had great experiences with it. It's a very personal thing. But you can build your community through whatever activity you like. So I love my Pilates, I love my dance, I build my communities through those.
So you've self-curated, discovering what you like.
Yeah, I think you have to. Only if you find something that you like will it become a lifestyle.
True.
If you're zabardasti going for something, it'll always be like, oh God, I've got to get up and do this. Oh God, I've got to get up. It's got to be something that you enjoy. And as long as you find something that gives you joy, you will stick to it.
Also, I would like to know your thoughts generally. See, you've done so much in the journey that you've seen so far. So, when there are more young people, like in their 30s, 35s, like India now is seeing a lot of young home buyers coming in.
Yes.
So, what do you want to tell them? Because what's your idea of a shelter, and what do you want to guide them, or how? From your experiences, how would you want them to have a journey which is fulfilling?
I mean, it's such a personal question because I think the younger generation, a lot of them prefer renting and spending more on experiences. I'm a little bit old school in that I like to own my home. And that is one of the first things that I always wanted to do. And I think for me, my home is like my sanctuary. So it's very important to me. It's my space. And then you curate it according to what you want. Having been born and brought up in London, I am used to like a massive house with my own garden and a driveway. And so for me, moving from London to Mumbai in itself was a huge shift because it's a much more apartment culture in Mumbai. And I came from a place which was green and, I had 3 floors and you're going up and down the stairs and there was space for my dogs to run around, so it was a very different life. And coming here, you're in a much more enclosed space. Having said that, you still have to make it, like for me, light is very important. I can't be in a space that doesn't have light. Even if I go into a hotel, if the room is dark, I can't be there. So for me, if the light is not there, I can't function.
Right.
I need natural light. I need some ventilation. Like those are basic things that are important. And I think that is something that people should look for when they're investing. It's important, I think, overall. It helps with your mental sanity as well, I think.